comprising of Mr. Daniel Gishi Murakaru and Ms. Martha Bowen, beat more than 61 participating universities in Africa to win that second Prize of High African Human Rights Moot Court competition, which is the largest and most prestigious in Africa. The competition was held in Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Kumasi, Ghana, between 3rd and 9th September. Again, in October, the school's moot court competition team, comprising of Emmanuel Keremi, Ms. Faith Mahinda, and Ms. Immaculate Wandia, emerged winners in the International Committee for the Red Cross-sponsored All Africa International Humanitarian Law competition. The team was selected to take part in this year's competition that was held in Arusha, Tanzania, from 19th to 24th November. Out of the 9 universities that participated, Kenyatta University emerged as a runner-up to that competition. Fourth, 2 KU teams participating in the NASA International Space App Challenge held at Regional Center for Mapping of Resources for Development at Kasarani on 7th and 8th October scooped 2nd and 3rd position overall. The 2 teams drawn from the School of Engineering and Architecture were chosen to represent Kenya at the Continental Challenge. Fifth, our university football team, Hard Nuts, represented Africa at the International University Sports Federation for Football World Cup Finals held in Zhejiang, China, from 21st to 31st October, from which they emerged 6th position globally. The team scored memorable victories against fancy teams from Argentina, Croatia, and narrowly lost to teams from Brazil and Spain and Uruguay. 6th, in July this year, Kenyatta University Scout Club, known as the Panthera Lover Crew, participated in the National Inter-Patrol Scouts competition and qualified for the nationals, which were held in August this year. The Kiwi, that is male, and Kanga female teams emerged the best lover crews in Kenya during the national competition, which led to the combined Panthera team being the first lover team to be awarded the Craft Star badge by the Kenya Scouts Association in a ceremony that was held at Kenyatta Composite site, that is in Kenyatta University. Both the Kiwi and Kanga crews represented Kenyatta University and all the other rover crews in Kenya in the East African Regional Educational Camp that actually was held from 8th to 15th. As we are talking, this team is still in Kampala. On behalf of the Kenyatta University, all the established people who have really shown that Kenyatta University is a place to go, I wish to thank all the partners who actually help the students to achieve what I have just enumerated. I also want to say something small about our staff members. Our own Professor Stephen Bruno of the Department of Biochemistry, Microbiology, and Biotechnology, jointly with partners from International Service for acquisition of biotechnical application on Africa represented and represented a award-winning proposal. And now Professor Runo, together with some colleagues in University of Addis Ababa, are having a big project, which is actually the amount of money that was given is 3.8 million to actually look at one of the big problem that we have with the seed and plants. When you plant, we have a weed that is called the striga, which actually spoil most of the cereals, particularly sorghum. So Professor Runo is one of those who are leading to find out how this can be dealt with. The project actually used genome editing, a powered new breeding technology to develop new varieties of sorghum that are resistant to the noxious weed called striga. Secondly, a multidisciplinary team from Kenyatta University has won about $12 million to implement a USAID-funded project on health equity and resource optimization. The 3-year project will be implemented in 14 counties in Kenya. The implementation will be done in partnership with the APT Associate, a US registered organization empowering local communities to make informed choices. Moreover, we continue to be sensitive to national development priorities and initiatives such as competence-based curriculum, medium plan 4 of Vision 2030, and the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. Indeed, the university will be rolling out a new vision and strategic plan in the new year 2024. This document has been shaped by the aforementioned national development priority, and very soon I'll be asking our council members to approve it. In line with the mission statement, KU remains committed to being a dynamic institution that meets the human power and research needs of this country. I wish to reassure all parents and guardians who have entrusted us with the professional training of their children that they have made the right choice. As an institution, we have invested heavily in human capital as well as physical and IT infrastructure. We are aware of the changing needs of the modern workplace, and we continuously aim at ensuring that our graduates are prepared for this world. As I conclude my remarks, I want to directly address you, our graduates, whose achievement we are gathered here to celebrate today. This graduation ceremony signifies a transition in your lives. Whether you are moving from the academic realm into the professional world of advancing to higher level of qualification, this moment calls for reflection on the role you play in society. In a world where formal employment opportunities are limited, the true value of being a graduate lies in your ability to be innovative and resilient in the face of both personal and societal challenges. You are part of a generation that is increasingly called upon to lead through innovation. Therefore, I strongly urge you to embrace the spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship across diverse fields. Your education has equipped you not just with knowledge, but with the power to create, adapt, and innovate. Finally, as you begin to knock on doors in search for funding for your entrepreneurial projects or even for employment, you will begin to appreciate, perhaps better than before, the fact that KU brand will be working in your favor. This is an established brand that has cultivated over the years. Today, you become a certified member of this brand. Embrace it. Join KU Alumni Association and participate actively when called upon. To all of you gathered here today, I wish you good health, peace, and joy during this festive season. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I now take this opportunity to request uh, the representative of the cabinet minister to come and address this congregation.
Thank you very much. The Vice Chancellor of Kenyatta University, for your invitation to address this congregation. Chancellor, the Acting Chancellor of Kenyatta University, who is also the Chairman of the Council, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, before I can be able to take you through the speech by the Cabinet Secretary in the Ministry of Education, let me say how grateful I am to stand before you today during the 54th graduation ceremony in Kenyatta University. Indeed, this is a great day for all of us, and more so for the grand ones. This is a huge congregation, and I'm pleased to be representing the Ministry of Education today. Let me also appreciate the warm welcome by the management of the university and the Council of Kenyatta University and the Dar Fraternity of Kenyatta University. I do appreciate that warm welcome in today's occasion. I want to bring you greetings from the Cabinet Secretary, the Honorable Ezekiel Machogu, who is engaged on another official function and could not be able to make it to KU graduation ceremony today. In addition, I'm also conveying greetings to all of you from the Principal Secretary in charge of the State Department for Higher Education and Research, Dr. Beatrice Inyangala, during our graduation ceremony today. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to take you through then the speech by the Honorable Dr. Ezekiel Machogu, CBS, Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Education, on the occasion of the 54th graduation ceremony held on Friday, 15th December 2023 at Kenyatta University main campus. The chairman of the University Council, Dr. Ben Chumo, who is also the acting chancellor, members of Kenyatta University Council, the host vice chancellor, Professor Paul Wainaina, members of the diplomatic corps present, chancellors and vice chancellors from other universities present or even represented today, chairpersons of councils from other universities, the guest alumina speaker, Jacqueline Sarah Chibai, members of the Kenyatta University Management Board present, KU professors and members of Senate present, parents and guardians, alumni present, the graduating class of December 2023 valedictorian, Ms. Chebichi Abigail, esteemed graduates, staff and students of Kenyatta University present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. It is indeed a great pleasure and a privilege that we are gathered here for the 54th graduation ceremony of Kenyatta University. I wish to thank the Kenyatta University Council, the University Management Board, and the entire university community for their efforts towards this eventful day. Today is a major milestone in our progress as a country, as it marks the transition from school to the world of work for most of the graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme of today's graduation ceremony, Scaling Education and Research for Sustainable Development, strikes a strategic fit with our situation and desire as a country. As you are all aware, the Kenyan society is experiencing growing national, regional, and global challenges which we must overcome. A key factor in preparing the society to confront these challenges in education and research, which is grounded on promoting sustainable development. Ladies and gentlemen, addressing sustainable development challenges requires the provision of quality education and research that offers values, knowledge, skills, and competencies that promote sustainable living and participation in the society. as an integral part of lifelong learning. Education that is mainstreamed with research is central to the delivery of quality teaching and learning that is necessary for building capacity of the society to face the emerging issues and the challenges at national, regional, and global levels. Ladies and gentlemen, scaling education and research for sustainable development, as suggested by today's theme, means integrating key sustainable development issues into teaching and research. In education, it implies an integrated curriculum that includes issues such as climate change, disaster risk reduction, biodiversity, poverty reduction, and sustainable consumption. In research, it means mainstreaming policy and action-oriented research in teaching and learning. Such integration requires participatory teaching and learning methods that motivate and empower learners to change their behavior and take action for sustainable development. Based on this understanding, therefore, should promote work readiness and other competencies that are in sync with the rapidly changing global environment. And at this point, I want to appreciate what the VC has been able to put to us in his remarks, and more so in the area of research, science, technology, and innovation. Today, as a ministry and as a government, we are laying a lot of emphasis on matters of research, science, technology, and innovation. And I'm happy to learn that in this university, a lot of emphasis has been laid on that particular area. You have been able to build the capacities of your researchers so that they can be able to have quality time to be able to do research, which will be able to transform our society. I want to be able to say how grateful we are as a ministry and as a government. Simply because, as I speak to you today, research, science, and technology is the top priority in government today. And we say it is the key enabler of our bottom-up transformation agenda in government. We strongly believe as a government that research, science, and technology will be able to take us to higher heights of development as a country. The Ministry of Education has been the lead agency on matters of mainstreaming research, science, and technology across all the government MDAs. And we are happy to note that our universities, and particularly Kenyatta University, you have not been left behind. We shall be able to do everything possible to be able to support in this area of research, science, technology, and innovation, because that is the way to go to be able to fast track on matters of growth and development of our great nation, Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, as you may all realize, the commitment by the Kenya government to promote competency-based education, CBE, is closely aligned with the aspirations of education and research for sustainable development. The CBE is a system that involves instruction, assessment, feedback, self-reflection, and academic reporting that is based on learners demonstrating that they have learned the knowledge attitudes, motivations, self-perceptions, and skills expected of them as they progress through their education. It is, therefore, an approach that allows learners to advance based on their ability to master a skill or competency at their own pace, regardless of the environment. The approach is tailored to meet different learning abilities and can lead to more efficient student outcomes. Ladies and gentlemen, as you are all implementing the bottom-up transformation agenda, popularly known as BETTER. Key in the agenda is the role of research underpinned within the framework of science, technology, and innovation, STI, in promoting the creation of productive and sustainable employment opportunities for our youth. In this respect, I wish to applaud Kenyatta University for mainstreaming STI in its processes and for being at the forefront of undertaking cutting-edge and action-oriented research. As you may have observed, STI serves as a foundation, catalyst, and accelerator of inclusive economic growth and sustainable development. This is well aligned with Kenyatta University's mandate of building human capital, promoting the acquisition and dissemination of knowledge, and using them as catalysts of economic growth and development. I encourage the university management to continue prioritizing both national and international collaborative research and use it to secure research grants to ensure sustained funding for the universities. The Vice Chancellor was able to mention something about the challenges universities in Kenya are facing. But I want to be able to assure all of us and all our universities and the colleges that the government and the ministry is doing everything possible to be able to address these challenges, and particularly in the area of financing. The Vice Chancellor was able to mention on the issue of pending bills, and I want to be able to say that the Cabinet Secretary himself has had several engagements with our Vice Chancellors of the various universities, or now both of us as partners, we can be able to resolve on the matters of pending bills. And I want to be able to tell you that every effort is being done by the Cabinet Secretary in liaison with the National Treasury to be able to see how best the issue of pending bills can be resolved so that our universities can be able to stand once again on their feet and move forward in making sure that we are delivering quality education for Kenyans and for all those who come to learn in Kenya, and that the graduates and those who graduate from our various universities can be able to access job opportunities both locally, within the African region, and even beyond. That is our position as a ministry. It is through such initiatives that Kenyatta University shall continue to contribute to building a more resilient, sustainable, and inclusive future. It is also through increased grant attracting research, including commercialization of research outputs, that the university will mitigate any financing gaps that emanate from alignment to the new university funding model introduced by the government with effect from this academic year 2023-2024. The new funding model, as you may be aware, is student-centered rather than block funding. And let me take this opportunity to appreciate all our partners in the education sector, all our universities and colleges, all our teaching staff, and all our students in the various universities, parents, leaders, and everybody who was patient with us when we started rolling this new funding model. And today I can be able to tell you we have a good model, and in a matter of time, we'll be able to roll it fully, and it shall be able to fix on most of the challenges, as it were, on matters of financing in our universities. I appreciate your support. Mr. Chancellor, allow me to share some insights with the graduates. Today, each graduate is in the process of writing their story, just as we have heard from the alumni who shared with us their experiences and their story. The majority of the graduates are embarking on an exciting journey, an excitement that equally brings with it a lot of anxiety. However, in the mix of anxiety and excitement, there is one thing that never disappoints, and this is hard work and resilience. Dear graduates, we live in a world of work that is changing rapidly. The changes are so rapid that the jobs we are having today might not be there even tomorrow. It is estimated in this context that 65% of our children entering primary school today will ultimately end up in working in completely new job types and environment that doesn't exist yet. It is also anticipated that in the next 5 years, 35% of the skills that are considered important in today's workforce will have changed. The implication is that the workforce is expected to experience significant churning between job families and job functions. The key issue here is how best, as a graduate, you are prepared for the future to work for you. One of the great physicists was able to say that during change, it is not the most strongest of the species that survive, but it is the species which is fast in adapting to the changes. And I want to believe that we shall be that species which is ready to adapt to the changes, and we can be able to survive and move forward together as a people and as a nation.
I am confident that the graduates we have in this occasion have been adequately prepared to navigate the changes in the world of work and to take advantage of the emerging opportunities. What is key is that each graduate must take personal initiative and a commitment to demonstrate that they have the skills, competencies, and the values required in the world of work. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, once more, we appreciate you, graduates, for your resilience, commitment, all the time you have been to Kenyatta University. And now you are moving out there to join other Kenyans in nation building. The opportunities are there. It will only depend on how you are ready to be able to seize on those opportunities. Mine is simple: to wish you all the very best of luck in your endeavor. Lastly, as it has been said by many of the speakers, we are now in the festive season and we are moving towards the Christmas. And after that, we'll be able to usher in a new year, which we say, may it be a prosperous new year for all of us, the year 2024. May God bless you. May God bless Kenya. Thank you. Right? I didn't know that I was there to be assigned more roles in today's graduation ceremony. And it's my humble duty and pleasure to be able to invite the Acting Chancellor, Dr. Chumo, to be able to make his remarks on the 54th graduation ceremony in Kenyatta University. Welcome, Chancellor, please.
The Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Education, the Honorable Eseke Mashogu, represented by Frederick Dabugi, the Secretary, Administration, State Department for Higher Education and Research, who's just spoken, members of Kenyatta University Council, the host Vice Chancellor, Professor Paul Wainaina, chancellors from other universities present, members of the diplomatic corps, chairpersons of councils from other universities, vice chancellors from other universities present, the guest alumna speaker, Jacqueline Sarah Chipai, members of Kenyatta University Management Board, KU professors of Senate present, parents and guardians, alumni present, graduating class of December 2023, valedictorian Weldon Kimtai, esteemed graduates, staff and students of Kenyatta University, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am told we are addressing over 20,000 people before us and with us. The rains have started with us in the morning. And so I see a window of opportunity before it resumes. I know parents and guardians are yet to travel. Most of you arrived this morning. And so we will try as much as possible to speed up before before the rains come. We have guests who joined us after our speeches had been prepared, some of whom have been recognized by the VC. I want to recognize and appreciate all those who joined us after that recognition. We appreciate every one of you that has joined us this morning. So first and foremost, I'm very, very happy to join the Kenyatta University fraternity from following my appointment as chairman of council. I thank the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, and the Minister for Education, Honorable Ezekiel Machoku, for bestowing upon me the responsibility to chair council of this great university. I promise to discharge my duties with diligence and commitment so that Kenyatta University can realize its full potential as a premier university in Kenya and around the world. It is my pleasure to join the congregation in celebrating all these graduates who have worked tirelessly to be here. For most of them, this level of the education is coming to an end, and coming to an end in the celebratory mood that we see here. Dear graduates, I see on your faces the joy of having successfully attained yet another milestone in your academic journey. I see happy parents and guardians who have let them down. I see very happy friends who are here to embrace you as you toss your gaps on this graduation day. And as you stand upon this milestone of success, I join all of these people in giving hearty congratulations to you all. Most of you, if not all of you, belong to the cohort that transitioned to online learning when COVID-19 struck in 2020. This demonstrates your remarkable resilience, which we proudly celebrate today. I'm confident that this resilience positions you exceptionally well to contribute to our country. While many in the older generations may find adapting to the digital world challenging, you are well prepared, having engaged in numerous activities online, including, of course, your learning. You represent the generation poised to take illiteracy, social ills, ignorance, and even health-related challenges through digital platforms. We are confident that with the training you received here at Kenyatta University, you will fulfill these promises with enthusiasm and ease. As council, we are committed to supporting the university management in its diverse programs. Our focus is on enhancing the university's capacity to train a workforce equipped for the challenging demands of the modern workplace, and workplace with strong emphasis on digital literacy, among other essential competencies. We are actively involved in the identification and recruitment of high-quality human resources who will drive this critical agenda forward. Additionally, we consistently approve budgets for programs that allow the university to invest in state-of-the-art equipment and resources. These investments are vital for the effective delivery of teaching and research through online and virtual modes, ensuring our students are well prepared for both current and future challenges. Looking to the future, we do so with a sense of pride and a readiness to embrace new opportunities and advancements. We also continue to support other academic and research programs with the university as we position ourselves as the best brand in tertiary education in Kenya and in the world at large. Indeed, Kenyatta University is a strong brand that is revered by many employers in Kenya and beyond. Our graduates and alumni have done us proud in different industries that they have found themselves in. As we send you out to the world, we implore you to continue projecting the good image of the university as your predecessors have done. Continue inspiring other people, especially younger ones, to join Kenyatta University and reap the benefits you have reaped. Continue working not just hard, but also smart. Continue being problem solvers that the university has taught you to be, and not problem creators. Be the best fashions that Kenyatta University trained you to be, so that employers continue seeing the best that Kenyatta University can offer. Let us protect the sanctity of the name Kenyatta University, an institution that we all cherish and wish well. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the lecturers who have tirelessly taught and guided you, ensuring that you reach these significant milestones as you celebrate your various degrees. In the same vein, I'm grateful to all the partners, parents, guardians who have provided financial support, playing a crucial role in your success. Last but not least, I acknowledge with appreciation all those people of goodwill who favored you with their genuine wishes, prayers, and moral support. Your presence here today is a testament to their influence. On behalf of Council of Kenyatta University and on my own behalf, we express our profound gratitude for their invaluable contribution. We couldn't have done it alone, and we have no intention of doing it alone in the future. Collaborating with every source of support is important. An institution like this will require immense support. Up to where we are, we count on everybody's contribution so that we can continue to maintain and even improve the success that we already hold in our hands. And as I sit down, allow me to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year 2024. May the new year bring good tidings to you, your friends, and families. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chairman of Council. Let us appreciate the Chairman of Council speaking to us as Acting Chancellor. An applause, please. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now invite you to another short moment of entertainment, bringing on stage a group of students who are dance enthusiastic. They have taken Kenyatta University and the country by storm, performing their energetic and versatile dances that cut across all the genres. Today, they dance to a mix of contemporary songs by musicians of the modern generation and also sample some songs and dances from various communities in Kenya. This group is directed by Japheth Blasto as the director and Barisa Dinda, the production manager. Let's put our hands together for Rambolo dancers from Kenyatta University.
No. knock it down, no, that be that.
Fala me kam na me zubana na chekia di super ya mambaru me kam na meja super ya mambaru me kam na meja super ya mambaru me kam na meja cheki fala me kam na me zubana na chekia di super ya mambaru me kam na meja super ya mambaru me kam na meja super ya mambaru me kam na kinini kidul kam na kinini kibukudu kam na kinini ki
An applause for them. That is Kenyatta University Rambolo dancers. On the deck was DJ Bunny, a Kenyatta University student taking mathematics and computer science. This entertainment was arranged by Dr. Isaiah Oyugi, the university coordinator. We are coming live to you through Kenyatta University website, courtesy of KUTV. Mr. Chancellor, sir. Now my pleasure to invite the Registrar Academic to cite the Kenyatta University Charter and Statute on the conferment of degrees and award of diplomas and certificates. Karibu, Registrar.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in accordance with the Kenyatta University Charter 2013, Section 8A and B, the university is authorized by Statute 47, Part 22, Section 1 and 2, to confer doctorate, master's, and bachelor's degrees, and award postgraduate diplomas, and certificates in programs approved by Senate.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, allow me to request all the graduates to be ready for the conferment of various degrees and award of postgraduate diplomas, and certificates of Kenyatta University. The candidates who will be presented to you completed their programs in the 2022-2023 academic year as prescribed by the statutes of Kenyatta University. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now call upon the executive deans of schools to present candidates for the conferment of doctorate degrees in the order indicated in the graduation program. Deans.
The School of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences. Will the graduates who will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences move forward in order in which I'll call out their names? Mangira Solomon Kipkoskei, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Education. Supervisors, Dr. James Koske and Dr. Richard Kerich. Wando David Ochieng, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Studies and Community Development. Supervisors, Dr. Felix Mingate and Dr. Joseph Kurauka. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is now my honor to present the candidates for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Kenyatta University.
School of Business, Economics and Tourism. Will the graduate who will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Business, Economics and Tourism move forward in the order in which I will call out their names? Baba Sunday, Doctor of Philosophy in Economics. Supervisors, Professor Nelson Wawire and Dr. Charles Mugendi. The candidate is graduating in absentia. Maugu Leniti Kananu, Doctor of Philosophy in Economics. Supervisors, Dr. Julius Korir and Dr. George Kosimbei. Ndishu Simon, Doctor of Philosophy in Economics. Supervisors, Dr. Diana Ngui Muchai and Dr. Laura Baraza. Mwenemeru Kinywa Henry, Doctor of Philosophy in Management Information Systems. Supervisors, Dr. Lucy Ngugi and Dr. John Kandiri. Nzomo James Kimuli, Doctor of Philosophy in Strategic Management. Supervisors, Dr. Geoffrey
When you've gotta go, go for Neptune, the softer two-ply tissue paper, available in plain white and colored.
Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Education and Lifelong Learning move forward in the order in which I'll call out their names. Aftin Kulo Dube, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Management. Supervisors, Dr. Joseph Mungai and Dr. Peter Mchanje. Mbaka Boniface Sishaka, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Management. Supervisors, Dr. Velista Njuguna and Dr. Norbert Ogeta. Wanderi Mary Nyakiringa, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Management. Supervisors, Dr. Samuel Waweru and Dr. Florence Itegi. Agneta Mwikalia Peter, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Planning and Economics of Education. Supervisors, Dr. Norbert Ogeta and Dr. Helen Kiendi Wantai. Cheptanui Naomi, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Planning and Economics of Education. Supervisors, Dr. Norbert Ogeta and Dr. John Nderitu. Kimtai Kemei Daniel, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Psychology. Supervisors, Dr. Crispas Wawire Koinange and Dr. Philomena Ndambuki. Muturi Mer Njeri, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Psychology. Supervisors, Professor Theresia Kinai and Dr. Tabitha Wangeri. Wangari Lea Kaburi, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Psychology. Supervisors, Dr. Peter Mwaura and Professor Theresia Kinai. Okello Pamela Akinyi, Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology of Education and the Policy Studies. Supervisors, Professor Kisilu Kombo, and supervisors, Dr. Violet Wawire and Dr. Francis Suta Pontia, Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics Education. Supervisors, Professor Samson Rosanna Ondigi and Dr. Mieso O'Connor Margareta. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it's now my honor to present the candidates for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Kenyatta University.
School of Engineering and Architecture. The graduate will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Engineering and Architecture. Move forward in the order in which I call out their name. Mutua Mackenzie McBain, Doctor of Philosophy in Renewable Energy Technology. Supervisors, Dr. Joseph Muguzu, Dr. Engineer Ivan Morimi. Ochola Gordon Odhiambo, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Planning and Management. Supervisors, Professor Caleb Mireri and Dr. Sami Letema. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is now my honor to present the candidate for the award of degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Kenyatta University.
School of Health Sciences, with the graduates who will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Health Sciences, move forward in the order in which I will call their names. Linus Agnes Mudhoni, Doctor of Philosophy in Epidemiology and Disease Control. Supervisors, Professor Anthony Wanyoro and Dr. Mary Muiruri Gitahi. Yauma Martin Sisa, Doctor of Philosophy in Exercise and Sport Sciences. Supervisors, Professor Elijah Gitonga, Utangui, Dr. Francis Mundia Mwangi. Misore Juliana Achieng, Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health. Supervisors, Professor Alois Orago and Professor Wilson Otenga. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it's now my honor to present the candidates for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Kenyatta University.
Will the graduates who will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Law, Arts, and Social Sciences move forward in the order in which I'll call out their names. Mwangi Rose Wanjiru, Doctor of Philosophy in Communication and Media Studies. Supervisors, Dr. George Ngugi Kingara and Professor John Mugobi. Kichu Jane Kabui, Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling Psychology. Supervisors, Professor Mary N. Ketui and Dr. Christine M. Asanka. Kim Myung-hwa, Doctor of Philosophy in Fine Art and Design. Supervisors, Dr. Kamau Wango and Dr. Hadi Jessica Gimode. Ongwae Joshua Omusa, Doctor of Philosophy in Gender and Development Studies. Supervisors, Dr. Grace Okongo and Dr. Gaspar Masiga. Nyakundi Mogire Enoch, Doctor of Philosophy in History. Supervisors, Dr. Peter Wafula Wekesa and Dr. Gordon Onyango Omenya. Siuka Elvis Karani, Doctor of Philosophy in History. Supervisors, Dr. Edwin Jimode and Dr. Biegon Elliott. Akwandina Elia Felix, Doctor of Philosophy in Political Science. Supervisors, Dr. Wasonga Joseph and Dr. Edwin Chimode, graduating in absentia. Usman Ugboka Koku, Doctor of Philosophy in Political Science. Supervisors, Dr. Isaiah Odwor Otieno and Dr. Edward Kishangani. Jumanne Andrew Shangarai, Doctor of Philosophy in Public Administration. Supervisors, Dr. Jane Gakenia Njoroge and Dr. Edna J. Moy. Kadhambi Frida, Doctor of Philosophy in Religious Studies. Supervisors, Dr. Josephine Gitome and Dr. John Bita Buire. Murithi Elizabeth Nancy, Doctor of Philosophy in Religious Studies. Supervisors, Dr. Josephine Gitome and Dr. Humphrey Mwangi Waweru. Kirui Gideon Kipngeno, Doctor of Philosophy in Security Studies. Supervisors, Dr. Bernard Munyao Muya, Dr. Duncan Onyango Ocheng, and Dr. Stephen Waithaka Titus. Ombura Adonicha, Doctor of Philosophy in Textile Design. Supervisors, Dr. George Vikiru, Dr. Elizabeth Andango, and Dr. Lydia Kinuthia. Akoruda Faustina Emefa, Doctor of Philosophy in Fashion Design and Marketing. Supervisors, Dr. Isika Juliet Kaindi and Dr. Kisato Jacqueline. Asani Neville Mapenzi, Doctor of Philosophy in Integrated Watershed Management. Supervisors, Dr. Raphael Kweyu and Dr. Nishirawasi Leon Nabahungu. Kazu Joseph Ndungu, Doctor of Philosophy in International Relations and Diplomacy. Supervisors, Dr. Joseph Wasonga and Dr. Peter Wafula Wekesa. Mahanu Akada, Doctor of Philosophy in Political Studies. Supervisors, Dr. Joseph Wasonga and Dr. Edwin Jimode. Mudekeji David Maina, Doctor of Philosophy in Archaeology. Supervisors, Dr. Washington Ndiri and Dr. David Okello. Samuel Olela Odhiambo, Doctor of Philosophy in Climatology. Supervisors, Dr. George Lukoe Makoha and Dr. Kenneth Obiero. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it's now my honor to present the candidates for the award of Doctor of Philosophy of Kenyatta University.
School of Pure and Applied Sciences. Will the graduates who will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Pure and Applied Sciences move forward in the order in which I will call out their names? Kafuluko Jacinta Muthini, Doctor of Philosophy in Biotechnology. Supervisors, Professor Stephen Luno, Dr. Mark Wamalwa, and Dr. Titus Magomele. Muinde Jane Bithe, Doctor of Philosophy in Biotechnology. Supervisors, Professor Richard Oduol, Professor Marion Mutugi, and Dr. Joseph Kimani. Kihika Luz Muthoni, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry. Supervisors, Dr. Margaret M. Nganga, Dr. David P. Toashi, and Professor Badwin Toto. Golwe Evans Nyaenya, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry. Supervisors, Professor Hudson Nyambaka, Dr. Mildred P. Nawili, and Professor Jane Mulugi. Nyambula James Nderito, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, Supervisors, Dr. Isaac W. Mwangi, Professor Jane I. Murungi, and Professor Ruth N. Wanjau. Ogola Philip Estain, Doctor of Philosophy in Medical Biochemistry, Supervisors, Professor Richard Okoth Oduol, Dr. Matthew Pielo Goge, and Dr. Sifila Mumenya Wajiko. Kemuru Ascent Macau, Doctor of Philosophy in Applied Mathematics, Supervisors, Dr. Winfred N. Mutuku, Professor Samuel N. Mwereri, Professor David Malonza. Abu Ahmed Adamu, Doctor of Philosophy in Information Science, Supervisors, Dr. Peter Wamae, and Dr. Kamau Maina. Antonia Ifoema Okafo, Doctor of Philosophy in Information Science, Supervisors, Dr. Loz Jologe and Dr. Grace Kimani. Bukal Iwa, Doctor of Philosophy in Information Science, Supervisors, Dr. Grace Kimani and Dr. Wakalo Namande. Chemulwa Monica Jemeri, Doctor of Philosophy in Information Science, Supervisors, Dr. Daniel Wambiri Muthe and Dr. Charles Kamau Maina. Gosie Loda Usa, Doctor of Philosophy in Information Science, Supervisors, Dr. Daniel Muthe and Dr. Caroline Mutwiri. Memeo Daniel Maitavia, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, Supervisors, Dr. Abdallah M. Salone and Professor Sila Wamaina. Nyambula Catherine, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, Supervisor, Dr. Nadil Hashim, Dr. Margaret Chege, and Professor Sinji Tokanami. Muriuki Karogi Moses, Doctor of Philosophy in Integrated Watershed Management, Supervisors, Professor Joy Obado and Dr. Mary Makoha. Nambozo Amanda Martha, Doctor of Philosophy in Fisheries Science, Supervisors, Dr. James Jumbe and Dr. Anthony Tabu Munyaho. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is now my honor to present the candidates for the award of degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Kenyatta University.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is now my honor to present to you candidates for the conferment of the various doctorate degrees of Kenyatta University. May all members of academic staff and guests in academic attire please rise.
I admit the persons presented to me to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, and by my authority and that of the entire university, give the power to read and to do that all that appertains to this degree. You may now turn your tassels to the right.
Congratulations. Let's applaud the 59 PhD graduates of Kenyatta University. Thank you, Administration Policeman. Mr. Chancellor, sir, may I now invite you on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, with the Vice Chancellor, the CS representative, and the DVC academic for a group photo with the new PhD graduates of Kenyatta University. Let us make some noise to appreciate these 59 PhD graduates of Kenyatta University. Now they have the powers to read and to do all that appertains as granted by the Chancellor. Happening now at Kenyatta University is a group photo of the Chancellor's representative, the CS representative, and the Vice Chancellor of Kenyatta University and the DVC academic. They are now taking a group photo, posing. It's all smiles here. It's all smiles here. Capture the moment. You're coming live through the KU website, courtesy of KU TV. 59 new PhD holders of Kenyatta University from various schools. We want to confirm that the photo is not yet taken because there are no better smiles. Kindly, our new PhD graduates, yes, that's much better now. The cameraman can confirm that the photo has been taken. Congratulations. Congratulations to the parents and guardians and friends. Congratulations. Mr. Chancellor, sir, you now may take back your seat. Thank you very much. The graduates, you can majestically walk back, graduates, now to your seats. These are the 59 PhD holders, class of December 2023 of Kenyatta University. Make some noise for them. They have achieved it. They have done it for Kenyatta University, adding up to the numbers of our renowned researchers of this great university, world-class university. The research is incomparable. From Kenyatta University, today we are proud to have graduated 59 PhD holders. And back to the DVC Academy.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nawiri. Congratulations again to our graduates, 59 Doctor of Philosophy. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now call upon the executive deans of schools to present candidates for the conferment of master's degrees of Kenyatta University in the order indicated in the graduation booklet. All the graduates who will be receiving the various master's degrees will rise in the order in which the executive deans will present them, and will remain standing without their caps on until requested to sit by their respective executive deans, awaiting the conferment of the degrees. Executive Deans, please.
School of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, Master of Environmental Science, Kibet, Koikai, Moranga, and Mutambu. Master of Environmental Studies, Community Development, Maina. Master of Science, Agricultural Economics, Muunda, Ngiri. Master of Science, Crop Protection, Plant Pathology Option, Malaka, Shango. Master of Science, Tri-Land Agriculture, Mikula, Mohammed. Master of Science, Integrated Soil Fertility Management, Chapa. Master of Environmental Studies, Climate Change and Sustainability, Gudere. Master of Environmental Studies and Community Development, Changwon. Master of Science, Agribusiness Management and Trade, Kitonga, Wizerimana. Master of Science, Animal Nutrition and Management, Ngasi, Owaka. Master of Science, Crop Protection, Entomology Option, Kenga, Waidaka. Please take your seats.
School of Business, Economics and Tourism, Master of Science, Hospitality and Tourism Management, Waidaka. Master of Science, Finance, Mlawasi, Mwangi, Ndungu, Ochanda, Ongaki, Onuonga, Were. Master of Business Administration, Finance, Abubakar, Adan, Abinga, Ali, Angima, Anne, Blaze, Brenda, Buke, Shelangat, David, Edwin, Evans, Gashanja, George Heho, George Junguna, Gitari, Gidiga, Hassan, Hussein, Irene, Isaac, Jane, Jeremiah, John, Jonathan, Joseph, Justus, Kaleke, Kanyuira, Kate, Kathure, Kea, Kilonzo, Kirui, Leonard, Lilian, Lydia, Mahat, Manyara, Mbaro, Mbaka, Miriti, Mohammed, Mohammed Nur, Mohamud, Munyagia, Murage, Mwanzia, Mwata, Ndungu, Nelson, Mboko, Ogindo, Oguda, Okero, Ondari, Otieno, Owor, Paul, Saddam, Sandimba, Stanley, Stephen, Toel, Tonui, William, and Yai. Master of Business Administration, Human Resource Management, Beatrice, Gideon, Hinga, Kabui, Kangete, Mambo, Mutisia, Nganga, Penina, Sylvia, Wainaina. Master of Business Administration, Strategic Management, Abdi Hakim, Adet, Anne, Atman, B, David, Doris, Esther, Ferdinand, Gidongo, Huntington, Ibrahim, Ipas, Irene, Ireri, Irungu, Joseph, Josphat, Juma, Kadenyeka, Kamatu, Kamwere, Karanja, Karuoya, Kathimuri, Kegode, Kemboi, Kennedy, Caliph, Kibet, Kibichi, Kiblangat, Kipto, Kogi, Mahulu, Mbogo, Maureen, Mugo, Musioka, Mutahi, Mudengi, Mudoni, Mwangi, Mwende, Nekesa, Odhiambo, Purity, Samuel, Sarah, Tabalia, Tenai, Vita, Wangai, Wanjohi, Yegon, Yvonne. Master of Business Administration Project Management, Felix, Herbert, Joseph, Juliet, Kisa, Lista, Maina, Moeng, Monica, Neema, Ngugi, Fidelia, Simon, Thiongo, Thomas, and Suma. Master of Business Administration Marketing, Brenda, Cheptor, Mary, and Mwangi. Master of Business Administration Entrepreneurship, Elijah Nzuka. Master of Business Administration Management Information Systems, Eli Jamlik, Joyce Sila. Master of Business Administration Procurement and Supply Chain Management, Kamau. Master of Business Administration Accounting, Lilian. Master of Project Monitoring and Evaluation, Hassan Lokinei, Silas Mutsune. Master of Economics Finance, Caroline Otieno Stanley. Master of Economics Econometrics, Cornelius Gladys and Wambua. Master of Economics Policy and Management, Achungo Justina Kahure Maina Matheka Peter. Master of Science Entrepreneurship Development, Neon Saba. Master of Science Hospitality Management, Agesa Musakala Odao Swafia. Master of Science Human Resource Management, Sang and Trufosa. Master of Science Recreation and Sports Management, Ishmael Ndirangu. Master of Science Tourism Management, Ndamuki Wanjiku. Master of Economics, Cooperation and Human Development, Fatun Musimi. Please take your seat.
School of Education and Lifelong Learning, Master of Education, Educational Administration, Gaki Magudu Thinga Nyongesa. Master of Education, Educational Communication and Technology, Mtemi Mteshi. Master of Education, Educational Research, Evaluation and Assessment, Ute. Master of Education, Sociology of Education and Policy Studies, Awino. Master of Education, Early Childhood Education, Jane and Mwangi. Master of Education, Guidance and Counseling, Stella. Master of Education, Educational Planning, Maungu. Master in Speech and Language Pathology, ASP, Okindo. Master of Education, Language Education, Kiigia. Master of Education, Economics of Education, Sukuru. Master of Education, Mathematics Education, Mutegi. Master of Education, Special Needs Education, Kiplimo, Njiru. Master of Education, Curriculum Development, Abuko. Master of Education, Educational Psychology, Docas. Please take your seats.
School of Engineering and Architecture, Master of Science, Renewable Energy Technology, Omondi. Master of Environmental Planning and Management, Makite Ojango. Please take your seat.
School of Health Sciences, Master in Public Health, Epidemiology and Disease Control, Bibi Cheleglo Karanja Mwania Ngaruya Njiru Wekesa. Master of Public Health Monitoring and Evaluation, Dennis Mokaya Morike Mungai. Master of Public Health, Reproductive Health, Kanini Majok Mary. Master of Science, Environmental Health, Oyaro. Master of Science, Food Nutrition and Dietetics, Bosire, Jomo, Karenya, Maina, Mati, Musau, Mwanthi, Ndugu. Master of Science, Medical Laboratory Science, Clinical Chemistry option, Siengo. Master of Science, Pediatrics Nursing, Okinyi. Master of Science, Critical Care Nursing, Mwangi. Master of Science, Physical Education, Gidinji, Lugano. Master of Science, Infectious Diseases, Kipsang, Kipto. Master of Science, Occupational Safety and Health, Barongo. Master of Science, Exercise and Sport Science, Abuto. And lastly, Master of Science, Midwifery, Obstetrics, Nursing, Morinya, and Master of Science in Oncology Nursing, Korea. Please take your seats.
School of Law, Arts, and Social Sciences. Executive Master of Arts, Public Policy and Administration, Adika Simoni. Master of Arts, Film Studies, Atenya Mwangi Ongwani. Master of Arts, Geography, Abdi. Master of Arts, Literature, Amuti Kitahi Kyo. Master of Arts, Peace and Conflict Management, Kamaisi Osinde. Master of Arts, Religious Studies, Munyoki Rono Sunguti. Master of Arts, Urban and Regional Planning, Amos Mwanza. Master of Arts, Public Policy and Administration, Charles Chepkonga. Desma, Dennis, Eve, Florence, Francisca, Kamoing, Jeruto, Kimani, Kwambai, Lina, Longonyo, Loparimoi, Mameti, Mamo, Mbae, Mohamed, Muli, Murunga, Mwalimu, Mwaniki, Nicholas, Njiru, Nyamai, Nyongesa, Okato, Omar, Osman, Fidi, Rose, Rotich, Ruth Cheptepkeny, Ruth Mumbua, Susan, Teresia, Thiongo, Tony, Wangari, Wanjiku. Master of Arts, English and Linguistics, Amukasa, Cheptile, Miriti, Mtua, Tapitha. Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology, Catherine, Grace, Musinguzi, Ngatia, Ndwika, Nyandoro, Samuel, Sylvia. Master of Security Management and Police Studies, Jeb Koskei, Tuluki Fly, Master of Arts, International Relations and Diplomacy, Ekisa, Eric, Kachoki, Grace, Hosea, Karanja, Mobisa, Mursal. Master of Arts in Peace and Conflict Management, Geoffrey, Muriungi, Mwika, Samuel. Master of Science in Security Strategic Studies, Daniel, Kiumbani, Mlei, Ongoro, Walobua. Master of Arts in Leadership and Security Management, Ndungum, Saia. Master of Musical Arts, Composition, Ashene. Master of Arts, Kiswahili, Bonareri, Kalingwa, Mabonga, Mogondo, Nyougo. Master of Arts, Film Technology, Manono. Master of Arts, Gender and Development Studies, Kabala, Miyawa, Muriuki, Mwangi, Ngocho, Njuku. Master of Arts, Geography, Geomorphology, Kidinji. Master of Arts, Population and Settlement Geography, Linet. Master of Arts, History, Kimayo, Sandula. Master in Leadership and Governance, Habiba Omondi Pesa. Please take your seats.
School of Pure and Applied Sciences, Master of Science, Applied Analytical Chemistry, Mwaula Odogo. Master of Science, Applied Parasitology, Amwoma Mogaka Getich. Master of Science, Biotechnology, Chabari, Chieng, Kariuki, Uganda, Moresia, Obala. Master of Science, Immunology, Kaburia Bayaki. Master of Science, Medical Biochemistry, Okioga Tom Wambai. Master of Science, Medical Microbiology, Abeli Waithiru. Master of Science, Physics, Baka. Master of Science, Applied Mathematics, Agutu, Kolu, Otieno, Otulo. Master of Science, Biochemistry, Langat. Master of Science, Electronics and Instrumentation, Mutida. Master of Science, Chemistry, Maisha. Master of Science, Plant Physiology and Biochemistry, Geology. Master of Science, Statistics, Caroline, Inthiwa. Master of Science, Library and Information Science, Wawelu. Master of Science, Record Management and Archive Administration, Werimo. Master of Science, Mathematics, Hildrad. Please take your seat.
Will all the graduates who will be conferred with the various master's degrees rise up and put their caps on with the tassels on the left?
I unmute the persons presented to me, the various
Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is now my honor to present to you candidates for the conferment of the various master's degrees of Kenyatta University. May all members of academic staff and guests in academic attire arise, please.
I admit the persons presented to me to the various master's degrees of Kenyatta University, and by my authority and that of the entire university, give the power to read and to do all that appertains to these degrees. You may now turn your tassels to the right.
Congratulations, Honorable
You could now sit. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now call upon the executive deans of schools to present candidates for the conferment of bachelor's degrees and award of postgraduate diplomas, and certificates of Kenyatta University in the order indicated in the graduation program. All the graduates who will be receiving the various postgraduate diplomas, certificates, and bachelor's degrees will rise in the order in which the executive deans will present them and will remain standing without their caps on until requested to sit by their respective executive deans.
School of Business, Economics and Tourism on page 49. Postgraduate Diploma in Sports Administration and Management, Grade 1, serial number 1. Please take your seat.
School of Education and Lifelong Learning on page 49. Postgraduate Diploma in Education, serial number 1 through serial number 39. On page 50, credit 2, serial number 1 through serial number 6. Please take your seat.
School of Health Sciences on page 50. Postgraduate Diploma in Food, Nutrition and Dietetics. Credit 1, serial number 1 and 2. Credit 2, serial number 1. Please take your seats.
Certificates, School of Education and Lifelong Learning on page 51. Certificate in Early Childhood Education, serial number 1. Please take your seat.
School of Business, Economics and Tourism on page 51. Certificate in Project Management, Distinction, serial number 1. Credit 1, serial 1 to serial number 5. Credit 2, serial 1 to serial number 4. Please take your seats.
School of Law, Arts and Social Sciences. Certificate in Film and Theater Arts. Credit 1, serial number 1 to 3 on page 51. Credit 2, serial number 1 to 4 on the same page. Certificate in Music, Distinction, serial number 1 and 2. Credit 1, serial 1 to 3. Certificate in Chinese Language and Culture, Distinction, serial number 1 and 2. Credit 1, serial number 1 and 2. Certificate in Security and Correctional Science, PAS, serial 1. Kindly take your seats.
School of Business, Economics and Tourism on page 53. Diploma in Marketing, Credit 1, serial 1 to serial number 5. Credit 2, serial 1 and 2. Diploma in Business Management, Distinction, serial number 1. Credit 1, serial 1 to serial number 12. Credit 2, serial 1 to serial number 15. On page 54, Diploma in Human Resource Management, Distinction, serial number 1. Credit 1, serial 1 to serial number 9. Credit 2, serial 1 to serial number 9. Diploma in Monitoring and Evaluation, Credit 1, serial 1 to serial number 5. Credit 2, serial 1 to serial number 4. Diploma in Project Management, Distinction, serial 1 to serial number 3. On page 56, Credit 1, serial 1 to serial number 13. Credit 2, serial 1 to serial number 13. PAS, serial number 1. Diploma in Hospitality Management, Distinction, serial 1 and 2. Credit 1, serial 1 to serial number 17. On page 56, serial number 18 and 19. Credit 2, serial number 1. PAS, serial number 1. Diploma in Sports Administration and Management, Credit 1, serial 1 to serial number 3. Credit 2, serial number 1. Diploma in Tourism Management, Credit 1, serial number 1 to 7. Credit 2, serial number 1. Please take your seats.
School of Education and Lifelong Learning, Diploma in Primary Teacher Education, Credit 1, serial number 1.